Hello, welcome to the last video in this series discussing the X-Men timeline. Last time we visited the first couple decades of the revised timeline and ended in 2004. Today we will be discussing 2005 all the way to 2068, which is the furthest the movies discussed. 2005, Domino was sent to the X's house for mutant rehabilitation. In 2007, a mutant with telekinetic abilities stopped a missile from hitting the US. In 2010, an unknown government agency reopens the Weapon X program. In 2014, Wade Wilson stopped a man from stalking a teenage girl. He meets Vanessa Carlisle, and the two begin a relationship together. The next year, in 2017, Wade Wilson and Vanessa Carlisle get engaged, but Wade finds out that he has terminal cancer. He agrees to a medical procedure that's really an illegal and human experimentation that's designed to torture a person until their X gene is activated. This gives him his healing abilities, but the way this gene was activated leaves his body disfigured. In 2016, Wade Wilson attacks Ajax, the person who tortured him and disfigured his body. He hopes to get Ajax to help him get less disfigured, but Colossus and Negasonic Teenage Warhead, two of the X-Men, arrive and Ajax manages to escape. Ajax kidnaps Vanessa, and with the help of Colossus and Teenage Warhead, Deadpool defeats Ajax and then reunites with Vanessa. In 2017, Wade begins to travel around the world doing mercenary work. In 2018, Laura is born based on the DNA from Wolverine, giving her the same abilities that he has. At the same time, Cable from the future arrives to kill Russell Collins, a mutant teenage boy with fire powers. Vanessa is killed by a gangster, and because of this, Wade tries to kill himself, but Colossus takes him to the mansion and makes him become an X-Men trainee. Colossus, Negasonic Teenage Warhead, and Deadpool are called to defuse an attack by Russell Collins against the X's house for mutant rehabilitation. Deadpool learns that Collins has been abused and defends him. Because of this, the two get sent to the Icebox, a prison for mutants. Cable attacks the Icebox, but Wade saves Russell, but leaves him to kill Cable. Russell's hurt by Wade's rejection, befriends Juggernaut, a very dangerous mutant. To stop Cable, Wade forms the X-Force with the mutants Domino, Shatterstar, Zygus, Bedlam, Vanisher, and Peter. On their first mission, all the members except Wade and Domino are killed. Cable attacks the prison transfer truck holding Collins, but is intercepted by Wade. Russell ends up releasing Juggernaut. After convincing Cable not to kill Russell immediately, but to help change Russell from becoming the mutant serial killer and the criminal, he, Deadpool, and Domino fight the staff of the Essex house, while Colossus fights Juggernaut, eventually defeating him with the help of Yukio and Negasonic. Deadpool fails to convince Russell that he can be good, so Cable tries to shoot him. While wearing the mutant inhibitor collar, Wade takes a bullet and dies. As Wade dies, Russell is moved by his sacrifice and promises that he'll be better in the future. Realizing that the future has been altered and that his family is safe, Cable uses his time travel device to go back and saves Wade's lives, breaking the time travel device and trapping himself in the past. In the end, though, Negasonic fixes the time travel device and saves both Vanessa and Peter. The reason I'm not considering the rest of the clip canon is because if Cable did kill Hitler, then that would mean Magneto would never end up at Auschwitz and in the grasp of Shaw, which means that Magneto would never go and kill Nazis and try to kill Shaw, which means that the entirety of First Class and potentially the rest of the events in the timeline would not happen. Also, the Wolverine one doesn't even exist in this timeline, so it wouldn't even make sense to include it in canon. The only two parts that make sense are Vanessa and Peter. Don't even talk about the Ryan Reynolds scene. That is obviously just a full third wall break. Anyways, in 2023, Wolverine wakes up from 1973 to the present-day X-Men. In 2026, the X-23 children will be experimented on. 2028, Charles Xavier has a psychic seizure that injures 600 and kills many of the X-Men. Logan takes him to Mexico so he can't hurt anybody else. In 2029, a nurse helps some of the X-23 children escape, and they plan to go to Eden, a safe haven for mutants. Logan is now working as a limo driver. His healing factor is almost gone as the adamantium is poisoning his body. Logan finds Laura, who is his daughter. He agrees to take her to Eden. Charles Xavier is killed in an altercation with X-24, a clone of Logan. Logan is forced to take a serum to enhance his powers. The X-24 clone overpowers him and kills him. Logan kills the clone with an adamantium bullet. Laura and the other children bury him. Finally, in 2068, Cable's wife and daughter were originally killed by Russell Collins, aka Fire Fist, but that is changed after the events of Deadpool 2. That wraps up the entire X-Men timeline as of 2020. Of course, we are getting Deadpool 3 in the coming years, but other than that, in the new Doctor Strange movie featuring Charles Xavier, I don't think we'll see any major changes or additions to the timeline. And like that, our journey together is over. Signing off for good.